Hey mamas, welcome to today's workout. Today we have a 10-minute stretch for round ligament pain and pelvic girdle pain. So if you're struggling with that during pregnancy, we're going to relieve that tension and you'll leave feeling refreshed. So let's go ahead and begin on our hands and knees with hands under shoulders and knees under hips. We're going to start with some breathing to activate and engage the core and the lateral ribs. So let's take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, I want you to think expand out through the lateral ribs and into your back body. And as you breathe out, I want you to gently pull your belly button in toward your spine, engaging the pelvic floor from the bottom up. So we're getting pelvic floor, lower, middle, upper abs, and then closing those ribs. So deep inhale. We want to inhale, expanding 360 through that back body, lateral ribs. Exhale, like you're deflating a balloon, getting all that air out of the ribs and using that diaphragm to contract. Let's keep going. So it's not a belly breath, it's a lateral 360 breathing pattern. This is going to train the pelvic floor and the core to work optimally together and help mobilize everything to alleviate some of that tension we feel in that pelvis. We're going to begin again in this same position for our next exercise. We've got a cat-cow. So we're going to keep using that same breathing pattern as we inhale. Look up, little arch in the low back, little tilt of the pelvis. We're not pushing the belly out. We're keeping everything just nice and fluid. Exhale, rounding the upper back, especially here, tucking that chin and just mobilizing that thoracic spine. So spinal mobility is really important for core and pelvic floor function. And it's going to release that pulling we feel on the pelvis, those round ligaments. So just take it at your own pace, just moving really fluidly through the movement, really gentle. Again, we're not forcing anything. We're going to move now to a deep squat. So if you need to, you could hold on to a chair or something to help you get into this position. But what we're going to do is take the feet a little bit wider than the hips, sit back, and again, you can either hold on to something if you can't quite get down, but if you can, get all the way down, hips toward your calves. And then we're just going to gently push the knees open with those elbows. So I'll show you also from the front. So when we're here, feet are a little bit wider than hips. Again, you can go as wide as you need to accommodate your belly, and toes are turned out slightly. Knees are tracking over those toes. We're sitting into the hips, heels are down, and we're just opening up those inner thighs, opening up the adductors. Those inner thighs is really important for alleviating that tension, that pulling, again, on the pelvis, those round ligaments that get stretched out and tight. Just breathe through it. Again, you could be holding on to something to support you if you can't stay in this position. We're going to take this same exercise, stay here, and we're just going to rock side to side. And that's all we're going to do. So again, if you're finding trouble balancing, you would absolutely hold on to a chair, or especially if you feel like you're collapsing through your back, or you can't do this without your heels lifting, then go ahead, hold on to something and just go a little bit higher up in your squat. You can do the same thing, just not quite full range of motion. That's okay. This is great for baby positioning as well. Again, opening up that pelvis, getting baby in a good position. So if you're really any trimester, this is great, but especially if you're in your third trimester, getting close to that delivery date, you want to be doing some deep squats. And if you've got just a hypertonic, tight pelvic floor, which a lot of us do, pregnancy and postpartum, deep squats are really going to help release the pelvic floor, and we want to focus on breathing down into it during that movement. Okay, now what we're going to do is take one leg out to the side. We're going to do a deep lunge rocker. So you've got one leg still in that same position like we did with the squat, and again, you can hold on to something. You can place your hands here, and we're just going to rock forward, coming onto those toes a little bit, and then back. Coming back onto the heel, turning these toes up. So you're going to put the blade of the foot down here, going onto the toes, and then toes go up. So just moving forward and back as much as it feels good. And right here, we're really focusing on the adductor. You can feel that inner thigh, nice stretch here. And again, if you're having trouble feeling it in your knees, you can absolutely hold on to something and not go as deep into this stretch. But again, releasing those adductors is really important for the pelvic floor and core function. And again, alleviating that pelvic girdle pain. Let's see if we can get one more in. And it's a little bit of a balance and stability challenge as well. We're gonna do that same thing. So just carefully shift your weight over to the other leg. And you might find one side's a little bit tighter than the other, and that's really normal. Again, coming onto the toes in that bent leg, onto the blade of the foot, and then coming onto the heel, and then toes up, heel down in that opposite leg. So again, you want to move just nice and fluidly through. Don't force anything. If it's painful or if it's too intense, you can absolutely just hold on to something, not go as deep, or just do a couple reps, see how you're feeling. Let's see if we can get 2 more in here. So challenging. Even stretch and mobility work can be challenging, not to be missed, not to be overlooked during pregnancy. It's just as important as doing strength, cardio. All the other things is stretch and mobility. Okay, now we're gonna go to a deep lunge rock. So we're gonna take one of those legs, come to 90 degrees, and then shift your back knee back a little bit. Untuck the back toes, and then all we're gonna do here is shift forward and back into that front leg. So we're pushing that front knee over the toes, hands are on the inside, and then just shift back. It doesn't have to be a big movement backward. We're more focused on that forward, pushing this hip toward the floor as we push this knee over the toes. And again, using that breath to kind of work into those tight spots. So really opening up those hip flexors, that psoas, which again, tight psoas can lead to all kinds of just pulling on those ligaments, can lead to pain and tension in the pelvic floor. So really important to work on that. Okay, we're gonna move to the other side now. So take that opposite foot out front, again, hands on the inside. And then we're gonna just shift forward and back. And you might play around. If you need to bring that leg a little closer, if the stretch is too intense, just bring that back leg a little bit closer and you'll decrease the range of motion, decrease the intensity. But if you're wanting a deeper stretch, take that back knee back a little bit further. And again, just gently let it come toward the floor each time you're shifting forward. I love to do this after a workout. You could also do it before, especially if you're working legs. This would be great to mobilize that lower body. And of course, as a cool down, just for mobility purposes, we get so tight in our hips, our spine during pregnancy. So important to work on that. Okay, we're gonna come to a butterfly stretch. So we're gonna place the heels together, toes together, and you can just gently clasp your hands around your feet, or you can place your forearms on your thighs and just slowly start to push forward. Now, we're not gonna round our spine here. We're gonna keep a long straight back and just gently push the elbows down towards those inner thighs, inner knees, and then keep the feet together and just come forward as much as you can. Now, if you are tight, you're not going to come forward a lot. This is me. I'm not able to come forward anymore without rounding my back, and we don't want to do that. We want to stay long through the spine, keep that chin tucked, and just feel that stretch in the hips. So just breathe into that here, and just stay here. I feel like we've all been doing this since dance class when we were 2 years old, right? My kids do baby ballet and I always see them doing this. Okay, we're gonna move to our last exercise. So we've got our child's pose, and I love to finish with this because we can go back to that breathing that we did at the beginning. So take your knees wide as you need to accommodate your belly. Stretch your arms long, and if you need to, you can prop a bolster or something under your chest if you're not comfortable or cannot go as low and drop your chest here. You can always place something to rest on. But if you can take your chest to the floor, back to that lateral breathing. So inhale, expand 360 through the ribs. Exhale. We're not focused on the core here specifically. I want you to focus on filling up your back, filling up your ribs with that breath. So if you feel your neck and shoulders shrugging a lot with that breathing, I want you to try to relax them. Keep them loose. Keep them just totally relaxed through that breath work. And that's going to send that breathing again out of the side body and not up into the neck and shoulders and create that nice deep breathing pattern. Well, that's it. So that was your 10-minute round ligament and pelvic girdle pain stretch. I love to do this, especially as that pain starts to get more prominent, more regular, consistent throughout the second and third trimester. So if you've tried this, let me know what you think. If you're experiencing round ligament pain, pelvic girdle pain, if there's anything else that's worked for you, I know this community loves to hear tips from other moms, where you're at, what you are doing to take care of that during pregnancy. It's just one of those things, that we have to deal with, and most people do. So I hope this was helpful. And if you need more stretching, more workouts for each trimester of pregnancy, I've got my channel playlist with workouts for each trimester. Again, this one is great for any trimester, but if you're looking for a structured thing to follow for each trimester, I've got my playlist organized that way with every type of workout you could want throughout your pregnancy. And I hope you all have a wonderful pregnancy. Let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you back here for our next workout together.